If you are viewing this video, then you are involved in the installation of the KENCO theatre in Cash and Carries. As the title suggests, we've been commissioned to install a KENCO theatre in a bay within 67 cash and carries throughout the UK. The sign-off will tell you exactly where this bay will be. Typically, the bay with the most KENCO coffee products. The programme has been scheduled to start on Monday the 3rd of June. However, many cash and carries have still not been notified about the installation by KENCO. Now, whilst our client has advocated we phone ahead, I would hesitate about doing so, just in case this gives them an excuse for you not to visit. In fact, I would rather visit the cash and carry and negotiate your way in than be knocked back from a phone call. However, please be aware this may change. Area managers will also be available to smooth this process once you are out visiting. You will be supplied with the following kit of parts. There's a PVC rear banner, and this fits to the rear beam and left and right leg uprights. It comes complete with eyelet holes and cable ties in a plastic bag in the box. There are a number of EPOS rails, and this comes with double-sided tape to fix straight onto the beam, and then a printed strip is used to insert within. There's a two-part header assembly. Once fitted, it fixes to the top beam with tack bolts. This comes with Fomex graphic or an opal to be inserted. There's a two-part leg extrusion. Simply inserts one into the other to fit all sizes, and this comes with spacers and fittings. Once bolted to the existing uprights, a graphic should be inserted. There are also some leg protectors to prevent damage by forklift truck, and these fit directly over the leg extrusions to the existing upright. There are also one or two hanging banners, and these are bolted at high level to the uprights on a swinging arm. Your kit of parts will be delivered either direct to you or you should collect from SDI displays. An email will have been sent to you to confirm which method. Parts will be supplied with the following. There's one box per cash and carry. This will contain many parts but unique to that cash and carry, and these should match the sign-off pick list. The three items that are generic to all sites are bulk packed and probably supplied to you on a pallet. This contains a number of EPOS rails, a number of Fomex graphic headers, and in certain situations a 2mm opal graphic. There is also a PVC banner for each site which is rolled up. The following slide shows the items of PPE and tools that you will need. Now, as you are working in an area with forklift trucks operating, you should stand out at all times by wearing a high-vis vest. It shouldn't need saying, but safety boots should be worn as a matter of course. To prevent antagonising the management in this cash and carry, I would recommend the use of barrier tape so you can cordon off the working area. Now, you will need to work at height to hang the banners, and while some cash and carries will have aircraft steps, you should take extension ladders of some description so that you can reach. Most of the fixings will need a cordless screwdriver with drill bits and screwdriver bits, so do be prepared for anything. It's always useful to have a set of pliers to hold things when access is tricky, particularly the wing nuts behind the uprights. I've included scrapers to remove any adhesive residue when existing shelf edge strips have to be removed, as not to do so will make it very tricky to use the double-sided tape on the new EPOS strips. I've also suggested a G-clamp to assist with holding the header assembly up against the front header beam whilst you secure it, but this is purely optional, and as there are two of you, one should be able to keep it in place. I've included cleaning cloths because there is obviously quite a bit of acrylic material which does attract dust. Although I've not included a camera here, photographs are required, so you should have some means of being able to take pictures. Alongside your kit of parts, SDI will have provided a job pack in a plastic folder. This will consist of a photograph showing a completed bay. There's also a set of assembly instructions which are being included in this presentation. There's a list of fixings, a list of all stores kit of parts, and then Plan to Install will supply you with a sign-off. This will be either via Asset Tracker that you can print off, or a PDF attached to an email, or we'll physically hand deliver it to you. With this installation, there isn't a specific place you should start, because all parts of the installation are not really dependent on the other. In fact, you don't need to fit X before Y and so on. But a good place to start is the rear hanging banner. Now, the trial site confirmed there is no requirement to move shelves. However, to gain access for the banner, you may need to move some stock to scramble inside. So please ensure it's put back where you moved it from. Now, this operation, although not included in the assembly instructions, is a simple matter of using cable ties to wrap round the rear top beam and through the eyelet holes. If the banner proves to be too long, just simply roll it up so it's not trailing on the floor. Now then, to fit the header assembly, you should assemble this by fitting the left and right hand frame on the floor and bolt this together using wing nuts. Then you should offer up the assembled frame to the bay and clamp it in place centrally on the bay, and the tabs should sit behind the cross rail of the bay. Once in place, you should fix the header using the shelf tapping Tek screws on the back of the beams, and use enough screws until it is secure. There are 3 slots, but you may not need to use each. Once the header is in place, it's a simple matter of flexing the 2mm Foamex graphic header and align it so it's central within the frame. The next slide is all about the graphic leg assembly. There are 2 sizes of leg section. The common part is 1450 high and is the lower level. The upper part is one of 4 different sizes, but the right size will be included in your box. This is all about dropping the upper leg section into the lower leg section and then offering it up to the bay leg. You'll need spacers, and you need to screw into place using the screws and fixing plates. A bumper leg has been supplied to install to the base of the bay upright using necessary spacers and the 80mm bolts and fixing plates. If the cash and carry already has upright protectors, there is no need to fit the new ones supplied, as this would be pointless, never mind tricky. Once you've fitted the uprights into place, it's a simple matter of fitting the graphic into the leg and mark any overhang above the metalwork. Trim the graphic where necessary and refit to leg. A simple tip is to just score a cut in the bottom of the graphic so this can fit over the bolts which secure the foot protector. The next slide deals with the banner assembly and the EPOS rails. Tip here: if you find an existing EPOS rail that's in absolute pristine condition, then leave it on the beam. Just use it as a place to put the new KENCO insert. If you do have to remove the existing EPOS rail, simply peel it away and then clean away any adhesive residue left behind. Fix the new EPOS rail and then it's ready to receive its new ticket insert. You should take care to put back in place any price tickets that you had to remove, so keep the removed rail close by to cross-reference against. Now, I know we said the banner earlier was a simple process to fit. You should remove the backing of the double-sided tape on the top of the banner and affix this to the rear of the top bay beam. Once it's in place, you can secure the banner using a cable ties around the legs of the bay. And the slide should show you how a completed bay should look like. I've made the final part of the installation, the hanging banners. Now, fixing the hanging banners will require you to work at height, so ensure you have the means to do this in a safe manner. When the banners are hung, the bottom of the banner must sit level with the top of the graphic header on the bay lower down. Ensure the banners also sit level and adjust where necessary. There is a metal rod to allow the weight of the banner to drop and iron out any creases. You offer the arm clamp up to the bay upright at a suitable height and use the spacers if necessary. Now the clamp does not work if fitted upside down, so test it before you install it. It is designed to allow stacker trucks to run along the aisle and it to be bent backwards without causing any resistance. You pass the screws through the banner clamp and the racking upright and fix in place using rear plates and screws provided. Fix until it's secure. You then hook the banner over the tube and make sure it sits vertically. Remember, the box is unique to the cash and carry and contains the kit of parts exclusive to that cash and carry, so don't think things are missing. If you're in any doubt about what should be fitted, you should discuss this with me, or if you can't reach me, then you should phone the SDI account manager Joanne Harris on 07961 285 968. Now most of you will be aware now of the advancements we've made to Asset Tracker, and in particular the uploading of photographs. We've done this to meet the exacting needs of all of our clients. So without fail, all reports and the uploading of images must be completed no later than 8:30 AM on the day following your installations. Now if you're staying away in digs and internet access isn't what it should be, you'll need to speak to Mark or Caroline to see if we can come up with an alternative way of receiving your report and uploading your pictures. We don't want to fail on this project simply because there's a lot more work around the corner for this particular client and in particular craft for which KENCO is a part of. Thanks for watching this video. Good luck with your installations. Give Mark a ring if you have any concerns.